Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana Lesson 344. And today being the 21st of December 2025, let's look at the topic, quite more topical. You may not have noticed it, but then it is. The title is what? The Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. The arrogance of the Otumfuo Osei Tutu II may question our democracy. The arrogance of Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, second, may destroy our democracy. Why am I saying so? Last week, a few days ago, the Otumfuo had to present his mediation report to the president of Ghana in the person of John Dramani Mahama. And the pitch, the voice, the pitch with which he was speaking was so arrogant, and he was demanding. You know, the pitch should have come down, but his pitch was so high that he was so authoritative, which is not right, because he was speaking to the number one person in the country. Apparently, he should have known that that job given him was not for him. It was for the National House of Chiefs per the Constitution. He is a chief of Asante and not the whole Ghana. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II should be told that he is a chief of Asante. He's not the chief of Ghana. Ghana is a republic, so he is not the king. So those who call him King Osei Tutu, well, that's up to you, but there's no king in Ghana. That must be established. You see, if you look at the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution, the Chieftaincy Act 759, at 208, it reads Section 3, 1, and I'll read A, and I'll later on read B. It says, advise a person or an authority, advise, charged with a responsibility under the Constitution or any other law for any matter relating to or affecting chieftaincy. Okay, that is what it says. So that job should have gone to the National House of Chiefs. The first place, the former president, the then president rather, John Otumfuo, made a mistake to have given the Dagbon crisis mediation to him. It was a big mistake. It was unconstitutional. And then it was followed up by President Nana Addo, who has given him this Bawku job. Then, of course, President John Dramani Mahama also went ahead to top it up for him, which was even wrong, because you can make a mistake 3 times, an unconstitutional act 3 times. So you've now empowered the Otumfuo. You've empowered him. So he says that he doesn't take instructions from the National House of Chiefs. That is where the problem is. In one hand, in one breath, he says he obeys the Constitution. Another breath, he doesn't take instructions from the Constitution. Where does he take his authority from? Everybody in Ghana is under the law, under the Constitution of Ghana. He should be told that. And his arrogance in his speech must come down. When he was presenting the report, the mediation report to the president, he chose even his post mediation team, which is not right, which is so wrong, not right. He shouldn't have done that. He should have allowed the president to study the report, accept or make changes as of when he wants, or scrap it. Then set another team for post-mediation activities. There are so many residual issues that has to be looked at. So he shouldn't be choosing the Peace Council and all those people as part of his post-mediating committee. That job should have gone to the National House of Chiefs and not him. And now the National House of Chiefs president, this stated clear that the National House of Chiefs is, the institution itself is not properly resourced. Are we now resourcing the Otumfuo as against the National House of Chiefs? Is that what President John Dramani Mahama and all the other presidents, not all, but Nana Addo and then John Otumfuo did? And that's what they are doing now. Then it means that they are undermining the Constitution. The arrogance of the Otumfuo will erode our Constitution, our democracy, and we have to correct him. He should speak with a moderate tone when he's speaking to state authorities or national authorities, rather, and not at a high pitch. He must not make demands, because he's not in a position to make any demand when you have been given a job by an authority. Look, National House of Chiefs, look, it says that B, that's the 3(1)B, it says, undertake progressive study, interpretation, and codification of the customary law with view of what? Evolving. Codification means action of a process of a law to evolve. So it is National House of Chiefs and not Otumfuo. Otumfuo must be advised that whenever he's speaking, he should not watch his pitch, the pitch of his voice, such that he should not be sounding arrogant, because his forebears, like Otumfuo Osei was another arrogant bloke. Way in 1874, he was another arrogant bloke. And he was dethroned. Look, let us keep the nation in peace and not allow one person's perceived authority to reign our democracy. The name is H. Kwame Afabio. Thank you.